Hello and welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to learn how to calculate exponent of a particular number. Now if you know already what is exponent, then it is absolutely fine, but for the guys who don't know what exponent is nothing but a number raised to a certain number. So calculating the exponent of a number is nothing but raising that number to a certain power. So if you have something like 3 raised to 2, that means you multiply 3 by 3 twice. And if you have something like 2 raised to 6, then what you could do is that you could type in 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 6 times. So in that way we will get an exponent of a number. So in that way we could calculate the square, the cube of any number. So now let's go ahead and calculate 2 to the power 2. So if you want to do 2 raised to 2, so you could simply type in 2 and type in the star sign, which stands for multiplication, but you type it in once again. So having the star sign 2 times means that we want to raise 2 to a certain number. So if you want to perform 2 raised to the power 2, you could simply type in 2 here, and if you hit enter, as you could see, you get 4 over here. And if we type in 2 to the power 3, as you could see, you will get an answer as 8. So 2 to the power 3 means 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. So in this way we could calculate exponent of any number in Python, and what you could do is that you could also use this exponent sign to calculate the square root of any number. So let's say if you want to calculate the square root of a number 49, so what you could do is that you could type in 49 raised to the power of, and here we are going to type in 1 by 2. So essentially when you want to calculate the root of any number, you could simply go ahead and type in number raised to the power 1 by 2, which is nothing but 0.5. So if you execute this line, as you could see, we got the result as 7. So essentially the square root of 49 is 7, hence we got the answer as 7. Now let's go ahead and learn some other type of different mathematical operations. So we have already discussed, like for dividing any number, we simply type a number divided by another number, and as I earlier mentioned, we used to get a float value right over here. So in order to eliminate that float value, you could simply type in the double divided by sign, which is going to completely eliminate the float value, and we are going to get the integer. So if we again do 98 divided by 7, as you could see, we got the value as 14. So as you could see, we got the quotient here. Now let's learn how to calculate the remainder in a division. So for example, let's say you have 7 divided by 3. So 3 2s are 6 and 1 would be the remainder. But if you actually divide this number, as you could see, you will get 2.3, which is nothing but the quotient. Now in this case, to actually get the remainder, instead of having the divide by sign, you will have sign which is called as the modulus. So if you type 7, and the sign for modulus is a percent sign, so if you type 7% 3 and hit enter, as you could see, you will get a remainder right over here. Now this thing is specifically useful when you actually want to know if a particular number is odd or even. Now you could easily determine by the last digit that if a particular number is odd or even, but in Python what you could do is that if you have any random number and if you need to check if this number is odd or even, you could simply type in the number, and I guess this was a big one. So if you could simply type in a number, and what you could do is that you could use the mod sign and then type in 2. So if the answer is 0, that means the number is even, or let's take an odd number here, and if the answer comes out to be 1, that means the number is actually odd. So the same exact logic is used when we actually write in a program to determine if a particular number is odd or even. So one more thing which I would like to point out is that you could also use both the operators, that is the exponential operator as well as the modulus operator, with floating numbers as well. So for example, if you have some value as 782.67 modulus 43, so even then you are going to get an answer, and this applies to the exponential operator as well. So for example, if you have some number like 564.09 to the power of 2.3. As you could see, you will get an answer. So now, before ending this lecture, what I am going to give you is that I am going to type in a simple mathematical expression, and you actually need to guess an answer for it. So I'm quickly going to type an expression. So this is 7 mod of, in brackets, 5 divided by 2. So pause this video, take your time and find out the exact answer of this and note it down, and you could resume the video later on. So if we execute this, the answer comes out to be 1, and the logic behind this is that if you divide 5 by 2, this thing right here is nothing but the division operation, which is going to eliminate the floating numbers. So this is going to give you answer as 2, and if you calculate 7 mod 2, the remainder of dividing 7 by 2 comes out to be 1. So that's why we have our answer as 1. So that's it for this lecture, and I hope you guys understand how to calculate the exponent of a number, how to calculate a number raised to certain number, and also how to find out the remainder as well as quotient by using the modulus operator and the division operator. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next class. Thank you.